All right, shalom, shalom. I want to first and foremost start off by giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. I like to say shalom, Washen Kabad, Gadawala Rakab, Zaquayim Nawa, Wahashala Yakim Nawa, which of course is double honors to our elders and our apostle of Great Millstone. And shalom, Wabarakim, Labakarium, Shal Yasha Allah, which is peace and blessings to the elects of Israel. I'm the brother Dawud Dah from the DC Church, back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And today I want to get into the pale horse. All right, I want to talk about the destruction, and I also want to talk about how that destruction is really a spirit. All right, everything that we're seeing going on in the world as far as disease, warfare, you got the coronavirus that's making headlines. It's something really big in the media right now, something that's really huge. All right, that's playing out. Okay, we understand that, of course, that's part of prophecy, but the main point that I want to bring out is that itself, all right, that the coronavirus, the destruction, the famine, that's all a spirit, all right, and it's only a matter of time until the Heavenly Father commissions those spirits, okay, to take hold on these people, man, all right, and this is why we have to take advantage of the grace period that we have right now to get right with the Heavenly Father and get this understanding, okay, of this truth. This is Revelations chapter 6 and verse 7. It says, "And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, 'Come and see.' And I looked, and behold, a pale horse. And his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth." And you see that? So the Lord has a spirit, all right, which is what? That those death angels, man, those death and destruction angels. And whenever the Heavenly Father releases those spirits on the earth, all right, they do exactly what the Heavenly Father commissioned those spirits to do, which is to destroy and to kill, man. All right. These natural disasters, all right, like right now, I know you actually have, I've been paying attention to the news. You got massive floods out there in Mississippi, man. All right. You got massive flooding out there. So it's the Heavenly Father that's allowing those spirits to do that, man, to bring upon these so-called natural disasters, all right? And I say so-called because we understand that it's really the Heavenly Father that's commissioning these things to happen, all right? So now I want to get, just to further out the point, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 78, all right? And this was a psalm actually about Egypt, okay? The point is in verse 49, and I'm going to start at verse 43. Psalm 78 and verse 43. It says, how he wrought his signs in Egypt and his wonders in the field of Zoan. All right, and this is talking about when the Heavenly Father brought those plagues upon Egypt. All right, those were his signs, all right, unto Israel, all right, and all the other nations, okay, that he's the true and living power. All right, we should have known just from that alone, man. But our people, what did? Man, they wanted to be rebellious, start serving other gods in the wilderness, okay, and provoking the Heavenly Father to wrath. Nevertheless, I'm going to read the rest of this. Psalm 78, verse 44, "And had turned their rivers into blood, and their floods that they could not drink. He sent divers sorts of flies among them, and devoured them, and frogs which destroyed them. He gave also their increase unto the caterpillar, and their labor unto the locust. He destroyed their vines with hail, and their sycamore trees with frost. He gave up their cattle also to the hail, and their flocks to the hot thunderbolts." Verse 49, this is the point. It says, he cast upon them the fierceness of his wrath, the fierceness of his anger. It says wrath and indignation and trouble by sending evil angels among them. You see that? It says he sent evil angels among them. All right. He made a way, Salaki, he made a way to his anger. He spared not their soul from death, but gave their life over to the pestilence. So this is, I just wanted to bring this out because it's just showing you that when that death and that destruction came upon Egypt by the way of pestilence, by the way of thunderbolts, by the way of flies, locusts, and all these diverse sorts of plagues, okay, it was showing you that the Heavenly Father sent that evil angel. He commissioned that angel, all right, namely in these times it's going to be that pale horse, okay. That's the metaphor in Revelations, that pale horse. The Heavenly Father's going to send that pale horse, okay, and release those evil angels upon the world. When these plagues and when these pestilences start shaking up the world, man, we already see the coronavirus is going crazy right now. Hopefully it continues to go, man. You know, we looking for the collapse of this place, man, as soon as possible. All right. It says, verse 50, he made a way to his anger. He spared not their soul from death, but gave their life over to the pestilence. All right. And like I said, this is just the main point that I'm pushing is that all it takes is for that Heavenly Father to release them evil angels, man, that spirit. All right. And it's all over from there, man. Okay. He released we seeing all right, bits and pieces of it right now with that coronavirus. All right. And as well as all these things that's going on throughout the world. Okay. These wars and rumors of wars. But it's getting ready to happen on a whole nother scale, man. Okay. So now I want to get the book of, I'm gonna actually go back to that too. Sirach, the 39th chapter. But since we're talking about Egypt, I want to jump into the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17 and verse 1. All right. Because this is what Solomon had to say about Egypt. Okay. From the words of the Lord, of course. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17 and verse 1. For great are thy judgments and cannot be expressed. Therefore, unnurtured souls have erred. Okay. Unnurtured souls, meaning the ones that have not known the Heavenly Father, man. They have walked in the way of error. Verse 2. For when unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation, all right, talking about Egypt and Israel, they being shut up in their horses, the prisoners of darkness, and fettered with the bonds of a long night, lay their exile from the eternal providence. Okay. Continuing on, it says, for while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions. And these are some of the things that the Heavenly Father brought upon Egypt. Verse 4, it says, for neither might the corner that held them keep them from fear, but noises as waters of falling down sounded about them, and sad visions appeared unto them with heavy countenances. Okay. So this is, just think about it, man. You know, the Lord sent these things upon Egypt, man. He was really plaguing their minds, man. It says no power of the fire might give them light, neither could the bright flames of the stars endure to lighten that horrible night. So the Heavenly Father had Egypt dark, I believe it was about 3 days. All right. But upon the children of Israel, it was light. And he said it was nothing they could do, man. The light a flame, light a candle. They couldn't light anything, man. It was just pure darkness, man. The Heavenly Father had had them seeing these crazy visions, hearing these fearful noises. All right. Those are them evil angels, man. Okay. And the Lord is getting ready to do the same thing, man, when he bring Jacob's trouble upon America. All right. Upon Babylon. Okay. It says, Verse 3, it says, for while they supposed to being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions. I didn't read that part, but verse 4, it says, for neither might that corner held them keep them from fear, but noises as waters falling down sounded about them, and sad visions appeared unto them with heavy countenances. No powers of fire might give them light, neither could the bright flames of the stars endure to lighten that horrible night. Only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful. For being much terrified, they thought that the things which they saw to be worse than the sight they saw not. All right. So they thought that the things that they saw was worse than the things that they didn't even see, man. Verse 7, as for the illusions of art magic, they were put down, and their vaulting and wisdom was reproved with disgrace, man. Okay, so their wisdom was put to naught. And that's the same thing that's going to happen to this world, man. The wisdom of this world is going to be put to naught, man. That's why the scriptures say what? Where's your astrologers? Where's your stargazers? All right. Where's your prognosticators? The ones that were supposed to be letting you know what's going on. Where they at, man? All right. Their counsel was going to be brought to naught, man. The counsel of Babylon, the wisdom of Babylon is going to be brought to naught. All right. Verse 8, for they that promised to drive away terrors and troubles from a sick soul were sick themselves of fear, worthy to be laughed at. All right. And it's amazing, man, because the scriptures say we're going to laugh at their calamities. These are the same people, all right, that walk by every week and laugh at us. They point the finger, they slap their knees. All right. It's really funny, man, until the Lord brings that death and that destruction upon these people, all right, upon the same ones that despise the laws of the Heavenly Father. Okay, the scriptures say we're going to laugh at their calamities. And the same ones that were supposed to have answers, those are going to be the same ones that's going to be taken in these troubles, man. All right, I got to read that verse again. It says, only there appeared, Salakia, verse 8, it says, for they that promised to drive away terrors and troubles from a sick soul were sick themselves of fear, worthy to be laughed at. It says, for though no terrible thing did fear them, yet being scared with beasts that passed by and hissings of serpents, they died for fear, denying that they saw the air, which could of no side be avoided. You see that? So these noises, these scary noises, all right, the Lord put that fear into the Egyptians, man. Okay. Verse 11, for wickedness condemned by her own witness is very timorous, and being pressed with conscience always forecasteth grievous things. All right. So this is why, man. All right, this is why we reprove our people. But the ones who want to remain wicked, man, they're going to have to get that forecast of grievous things that the Heavenly Father has set out. Verse 12, for fear is nothing else but a betraying of the succor which reason offereth. Okay. Now, when you look up that word succor, the word succor means help. Okay. So they're betraying the help of being reasonable, all right, of being rational in their mind. But it's really the Heavenly Father that's putting that spirit on them to drill that fear within them, man, because they didn't want to get this understanding. Okay, they didn't want to turn into the Heavenly Father. Verse 13, and the expectation from within being less counteth the ignorance more than the cause that bringeth the torment. Okay, so the expectation within them, all right, of what they think something is, all right, counted the ignorance of them not knowing what it is more than the cause, all right, more than what's actually going on. Okay. which brings them torment because they don't understand what's going on, man. And this is what's going to happen to our people, man, when the Heavenly Father releases that pale horse, man, releases them death angels, those evil angels, man. Now, we know that word evil means bad times, and there's going to be a lot of bad times that are going to come to this place, man. Our people want to hear about prosperity. They want to hear about growing and being lawyers and doctors and things in America. But the truth of the fact of the matter is that this place has to be destroyed. Okay, the truth of the fact of the matter is that the scriptures say this is not our rest. All right, and we have to understand, man, that it takes nothing, man, for the Heavenly Father to release these evil angels upon this place. And how do we know that it's going to happen? We know that's going to happen because these are the words of the Heavenly Father. All right. Verse 14, it says, but they sleeping the same sleep that night, which was indeed intolerable, and which came upon them out of the bottoms of inevitable hell, were partly vexed with monstrous apparitions, and partly fainted. Okay, now apparitions are pretty much ghosts. Okay, so it says they were partly vexed with monstrous apparitions, man. The Lord is going to bring true hell upon this place. All right, he's going to bring them evil times, man, those bad times. It says, and partly fainted, their hearts failing them, for a sudden fear and not looked for came upon them. All right, so then whosoever fell down was straitly kept, shut up in a prison without iron bars. All right, and that's the point on that. All right, just wanted to stress the point that the Heavenly Father, man, he got them spirits ready, man. All right, and it's nothing for the Heavenly Father to just snap the finger at the snap of a finger, release those spirits upon this place. All right, because people are looking at what's going on with the coronavirus and thinking, oh, that's not going to come to America. That's not going to touch us. All right. You got these Edomites who are very pompous, very proud, okay, thinking that they can't be touched. These American people, they truly think that they cannot be touched, man. But when the Lord sends out that plague, man, when he releases them evil angels, you know, ain't no telling, man. Let me bring this out real quick. This is Sirach chapter 39 and verse 28. It says, there be spirits. You see that? There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Okay, so now what do these evil angels work through? All right, they work through the pestilences that's going on throughout the world, the fire, the destruction, all right, the beast. All right, and it's going to list those things right here. Verse 29, it says fire and hail and famine and death. All these things were created for vengeance. Verse 30, teeth of beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. All right. So this is what the Lord has set out for this place, man. All right. This is what the pale horse is about. All right. It's those spirits that were created for vengeance. Okay. That the Lord has set out, man. All right. And this is why, like I said in the beginning, we have to take advantage of this grace period, because the Heavenly Father is getting ready to release them spirits, man. Okay, I just want to grab one more precept and I'm gonna close right out. This is Salakia, 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and verse 1. Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, all right, now the tokens represent what? The proof that the Heavenly Father is real. The tokens represents the prophecies that are coming to pass. Those are tokens, all right, to let us know where in the highest is going to visit the world. Okay. It says, Salakia, it says, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith, but iniquity shall be increased above that which thou now seest, or that which thou hast heard long ago. And the land that thou sawest to now have root shall be wasted suddenly. Okay? But if the Most High grant thee to live, thou shalt see after the third trumpet that the sun shall suddenly shine again in the night, and the moon thrice in the day. Okay? The main point was in verse 1, really. All right? But I'm going to just read verse 1 again. It says, nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they that dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. All right. And the way that those ones are going to be taken in a great number is through that pale horse, through that death, and through that destruction, through those plagues. All right. Those spirits that were created for vengeance. All right. So again, I want to say this once more. Take advantage of this grace period that the Heavenly Father has set out for us, and get this truth, gain this understanding. All praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.